Mother of God, 96% in favor of RAISY. That says it all. And we're getting into it right now. Corrupted Keep. Prayers up for psygib here as we're live. Map number 1 between these two, RAISY and psygib. We're starting off on RAISY.
Yeah, that percentage, is a true indicator of common sense and also covering their losses as well. And the rockets coming out straight away from RAISY. Absolutely ridiculous. And
I'm going to puke.
Things off quite nicely.
It's going to be just more of that. 30 seconds in, big rockets from RAISY, as you said. He's got that ice beam as well, Mr. Freeze. Yeah. Double. psygib has to be careful playing with fire here. Doesn't even get the armor shard, just gets pinned up against the wall, and RAISY opening this one up quickly. psygib will grab the heavy, but an aggressive tickle here. And now he has to be careful trying to make his way to the rockets, and RAISY just says, you know what, play with your Pika, I don't care.
Yeah.
You grab this mega.
Just not asked about it at all, is he? Just not bothered. It's just like you can do what you like with it at this stage, and why not? RAISY's in a prime position at the moment. Only a minute past. It could be the third frag here to add to the tally. He's going to push on forward, but looks like psygib does. I wouldn't say get away, but just trapped into a corner at the moment, and RAISY just standing his ground, saying that you can stay here for 8 minutes 50 for life, but you're not really going to get much further. Still got a huge stack, still got weapons in his arsenal. The rockets are lurking so damn good here for you.
My God. We might have to stop the stream as this is not safe for work. 5-0, minute 30 in. We kind of thought it might go this way, but I didn't want it to be this bad. I don't know. Part of me is my heart breaks. I don't know, a little bit.
Yeah.
But still a lot of time on the board, Lethal. You can't just give up. You can't just give up. psygib needs to fight back. Does take a lot of machine gun damage as RAISY's able to claim the heavy and make his way back over to the mega in time. So he's got, hell. It's happening again. I need one of those puke bags from the airlines.
You do. Maybe you could get a sponsor or something.
Oh my God. And the spawn running, yep. psygib, you can't get away. This, it's happening.
This is just ridiculous. RAISY's already 8-0. Treating it like a game of ranked at this stage here, but don't go on. psygib is trying to do what he can to trade out, to try and get the weapons, but RAISY's just here, there, and absolutely everywhere. 9-0, 2 minutes 20 is passed. This is just absolutely ridiculous. He's going to stop him from getting the mega as well, so it means that he's already back to his default stack pretty much. Looking now to see exactly what any more damage he could do at this stage. You can't do any more if you try. Oh, nice little tickle damage to get the info he needs. Using that tri-bolt now to continue to trap him whilst he gets that light. At this stage here, if you were in psygib's shoes, go on, what would you do?
Besides violently cry and pray for forgiveness, I don't know what else you can do. He has to try and slow the game down, and there's no way to do that when you're getting out-positioned, out-aimed. Okay, there's a good rocket, and he gets in on the mega. There's an opportunity, and okay, maybe the peeker play could turn this whole thing around. 1 frag on the board for psygib, and that's an opening, and that's definitely what you need. That's a good start. Still a lot of time on the board. As Dan always says, you know, if you're going to lose, lose early, and that way you have time to come back, but the way RAISY's been playing, I don't see it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that one. Even though he's got the shoe stack here, it depends on how he's going to approach this. But then again, looking quite good so far from what we witnessed previously. Will RAISY be able to get away, though? No, he does not. He just tries to continue to engage to see if psygib turns back around and does a 180, but actually does not. Just plus forward pretty much is now psygib. I'm not going to lie, though. Even though psygib is at a real bad deficit, his LG's also been looking sublime compared to what I was assuming was going to happen. I thought his aim would be a little off, considering the amount of frags he's had to try and claw his way back from. But no, his aim skill's still pretty damn strong, especially to tracking of that LG. But bits of to help him get his, his moment here to shine and try and come back. I don't know, but I'm not saying no because I said that about Spartan. Look what happened.
Yeah, you hold the well-being of these players in your hands with your words, Lethal. Be careful. 9 frag deficit for psygib, putting something on the board, and okay, putting a little something in the highlight reel.
That's literally what he's playing for now, pretty much, isn't it, at this stage? But then again, what's the 10 frag deficit now? It's 8. Do you know what? It's been 16 frags, and we're not even at the halfway stage yet. It's absolute madness. It's now psygib trying to claw at the top mid control. Just seeing if you can bait RAISY to go out from the red room, but he does not. It's actually directly underneath. He doesn't realise until he comes out from the peaker position here, but still cleans him up anyway. Took a lot of damage though. Meg's up in the next few seconds. Depends what he's going to prioritise. Looks like it will be the heavy, but he wants to look up top to see if RAISY has the exact same indication, and he does, but just from a different route. Spawns at the Mega, but the Rocket's going to stop him. Did he pick up? Yes, he did. 40-5 now. And only at the halfway stage here. Could be seen at least a 20 from RAISY, depending on how he's going to play this out.
psygib putting some on the board, but he's just getting the brunt of it. RAISY almost looks like he's taking out some aggression, but if you look at the camera, he's just hanging out. It's just another day in the office for RAISY. Just hanging out on Corrupted Keep, having a good time here as the rockets rain down from psygib. Gets pushed through, almost telefragged, but the LG will be enough. And oh, look, there's a Mega. So RAISY just keeping the items on rotation, being right place, right time. And it's a little brutal. It's not as brutal as it was when we started, but still, I mean, psygib trying to make some stuff happen right here. Big peeker plays from psygib. Let that tickle, just taking him down. He was too early on the heavy anyway, and lethal, I feel like this is kind of what we thought was going to happen a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a skosh.
Yeah, it was basically what we predicted. It's nice we actually predicted something right for once. That last series was just, we'll pretend it never happened. 3 minutes 45 left. As RAISY just having a bit of a bounce around here, just trying to keep playing with the audio cues. God. Takes him down from the red room, is now looking to try and catch him on spawn. And, oh, literally, he was on the edge of that spawn circle there, and still psygib spawn directly in front of him, using that heavy machine gun. Going to be taking out the peeker, both of them on similar stacks, not anymore after RAISY picking up that heavy, and also gets to the Mega in time. This could be huge here for RAISY to now at least try and help his lead, but in the end, psygib is the one who picks up, continues to survive, still looking to try and at least give himself some leeway here to survive a little bit longer and recover, but just not going to happen. As already looking for that trade once again, but hasn't got the weapons in his arsenal. He's only got the rockets, and from that angle here, 40, it's a dangerous place to be. And it looks like now RAISY's in a prime position to pick up the heavy and now try and tackle down on the Mega if we can.
Dual wield to fend off psygib. Little rocket was a gift, but it looks like RAISY will break 20 on this one, and that's always just monstrous to see. Look at those rockets! Gorgeous. Absolutely
lovely,
gorgeous.
isn't it? Absolutely lovely. 20-5 now. We did say he was going to hit at least a 20 stage. No matter what happened, has still got 2.5 minutes left to add to the tally. Good use of the heavy machine gun, good shots as well, but it looks like the peeker should clean him up, does not. And now we're going to see if psygib can continue to challenge for his heavy, which he did, but at this point in time, he's looking to back away and go for this Mega though. But RAISY needs to try and back away as soon as possible. Still takes it down anyway with 2 HP, 2 minutes left. 60 frags to claw back from. Not going to happen here. It's now RAISY's going to try and continue his destruction. My God.
And I'm telling you, it's not just the freeze ray, all right? This guy has ice in his veins. RAISY just, I don't even know if he's blinked all game. And he's putting up 23, opening up more. Potential for 30 based off the spawn. Like, I'm going to vomit.
Yeah, I feel sorry for you. You vomited at least 3 or 4 times during this entire segment of this map. And now RAISY,
brutal.
It's a brutal time to be alive, especially for psygib, who's been on death screen more than anything else here. RAISY left on 42 HP. psygib's going to challenge, gets the sick frag to his name, but at this stage he's probably thinking about the second map about 5 minutes ago, let's be honest.
Yeah, and I don't blame him. I mean, he's staying in it. Good on him. But as we said earlier, playing from the position, the bottom of the leaderboard's going against, any of the top 3. It kind of pressures off. Like, you really don't have too much to be upset about. Obviously, you want to win and do your best, but this shouldn't be anything where psygib, beats himself up. It's just next map, reset, go for it, because it's only up from here. And the peeker plays have been pretty good for what it's worth, right? Chat? Anybody? Yeah? Okay.
I'm just going to say yes. It helped him get at least a few frags.
Smile and nod for me, please.
RAISY now just flying on in, got the LG there, got the verticality of it, but depends if he wants to continue the bout, which he does not. And psygib is just, I wouldn't say hiding for dear life, but just looking to try and survive and see if he can catch RAISY with his trousers down, but just not going to happen. Still the verticality in favour of RAISY. Dropped down instantly. Mega's up in the next 7 seconds. Could pick up the light if he wants to, but he's going to decide not to be proactive and his product is Mega. But it doesn't matter. Only a few seconds left. 24-7 here. It is what we predicted. Don't get me wrong. We know that psygib's a good player, but for RAISY, though, with the speed and agility and a methodical play, he hasn't cracked to keep. He has it knuckled down here. Nearly 2,000 more damage. 26 items to the 11 of psygib. But to be fair, you can see as well, 42% LG accuracy coming out from RAISY. Actually, 3,200 damage with the LG. 3,200. I don't think that's the most I've ever seen. Or at least close to it.
If there was ever any question as to whether this is still RAISY's keep, I think on this moment, I mean, that opened the game. That sequence of rockets was opening for the game, and it just spelled disaster for psygib. He did put up some frags, but this was, let's not sugarcoat it. This was the RAISY show, and he made it look easy. And again, ice in his veins, just no expression, the serial killer in the arena. And if you're a psygib fan, you just kind of cross your fingers and pray and be like, maybe next map won't be as hurtful to my feelings. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't seem like RAISY has any reason to let up. 24-7 as we take a look at the stats summary from Corrupted Keep to open up the series. Wow.
Tough. It's tough to take it, isn't it? 3,200 with the and the fact that he still had 43% accuracy with that much use of the LG, that's madness.
I mean, quick math, right? He did more LG damage than total damage psygib did. I can't read that. Can I? Is that right?
I thought we can't read.
Is my math good?
I thought we decided we couldn't read.
I just see symbols. I don't know what that means, but I don't think it's good. I don't think that's a good thing to have that stat line.
I think
my God,
he edges it. I think psygib still has more damage, but we're talking like about 300, something like that. You know what I mean? Quite quick on your mental arithmetic at times, but today I'm having a meltdown, so.
Yeah, it's just brutal. Fantastic play from RAISY through and through. I mean, Corrupted Keep is a map that absolutely lends itself to these ability to get 2 or 3 spawn frags. It's almost mandatory at this level, where depending on where you kill your opponent, you need to be able to run the spawn just to ensure and give yourself that padding for the lead. A bit too much padding, in my opinion. 24-7, brutal, but this is the arena. No mercy, as we are getting loaded and locked for the next map. Awoken, as we see on the board. Ranger versus Nyx. Do you see it going any other way based on that first map performance? Do you think psygib has it in him to take one from RAISY?
I hope so.
Why are you laughing? That was a serious question. Now you're just being disrespectful. How dare you?
I know. How dare me? Yeah. I know. Awful human being. Awful. Just awful. But
don't swear. I swear.
This is... Okay, for psygib, this is more his style. He can use the Nyx. He can have that aggressive ghost walk as he sees fit to try and at least lay down the law in some way. But after what we just saw from there, when you see someone with a 43% LG and done 3,200 damage, it's very difficult to say no, like straight up, isn't it? But then again, psygib has this knack of taking the odd map or 2 here and there off a lot of these players. He hasn't had 1 series win yet, but he's had like 4 2-1s. Like at some stage it's going to come to him. He's going to get that 1 dub to at least end the season with at the bare minimum. It's just a matter of how and when. Is it going to come now? Probably not, but in terms of taking this map, I think Nyx will suit his playstyle, but I don't think it's going to be enough to really change the indicator or change the factor of how RAISY's been playing at the moment, especially with that LG. Christ.
I'm taking a look at the predictions. 97%
I don't.
in favor of RAISY. And Lord help whoever predicted psygib. Really predicting the under. Just fingers crossed going in. I mean, the only difference that might sway opinion, the railgun's back in play on Awoken, of course. So psygib does have the ability to maybe play distance, try and get some chip damage before he goes toe-to-toe LG. The difference there is RAISY has the Ranger, so he could Dire Orb and get close and just negate all of that distance. We'll see exactly how he plays it. At this point in the series, after that kind of warm-up for RAISY, I'm personally wondering, when's the Gauntlet going to come out?
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like chat might be thinking the same thing. We might see it. We might see 1 or 2, depending on how it goes. I think psygib has to come out the gate swinging on this one. Again, nothing to lose at this point. Nothing to lose. Just do your best and see what happens. And if anything, you can make a fantastic upset, and that 1 person in chat with their channel predictions very rich.
You. Definitely. See, I
Just look at it.
It's secretly forward.
Rare that you see 96-4. Like that looks wrong.
I don't know, but all I can say is that out of all the maps, this is probably, for one map, he could probably take away from RAISY with the Knicks. That's the only thing I'm saying. If he doesn't, then I don't know what else to do. I'm trying to support him here. Trying to support the Americans here.
We're all being supportive.
We are. Is this on an NA server? Okay, it is, Ben. Okay, I've got a little bit more hope for him now.
It's all different now. Different ballgame here as we're live on map number 2. psygib on that Knicks with the Tri-Bolt already taking a rail, doing good damage with that Tri-Bolt, all things considered, but needs to be very careful. Again, that Dire Orb can absolutely melt you after an initial rail or rocket. And RAISY is not afraid to throw those balls around here. It's 30 seconds in. After a skirmish, not a lot to go off of. Invis here as psygib setting up a sneaky play.
Ooh, and actually caught him off guard there. He didn't have to read. Or any kind of indication at all in the start. It does get away. How long for though? It looks like it's not going to be able to come in with the rail in time. psygib does get the Mega, so just going to have a little recovery process here, but also at the same time decide if RAISY's going to play peekaboo at one of these angles from the telly or the Tri-Bolt, which is not going to happen, as RAISY had the same game plan. He's going to try and get away. But for psygib, just managed to make it onto that rail jump out. Knows that RAISY's directly underneath and has the verticality here, has the advantage to try and push him away from this heavy, or at least try and do a fair amount, but he probably feels like now he's going to outstay his welcome. If he picks up heavy, he can obviously just rocket jump up and try and seal that first frag, but good first rail. Very, very important for him to now to try and challenge for the heavy, as RAISY did delay it by quite a large margin, but psygib has picked up on that.
So already leaps and bounds better than CK. Okay, if you're on Team psygib, this is fantastic. This is what you want to see. Nice measured play. Good defense to keep RAISY out as psygib making his way to the T-Con. Has that full natural stack, looking for a little bit more here as the Mega's going to be the next item. And psygib just trying to figure out exactly where RAISY's going to go. Does have the Ghost Walk. The panic button is alive and well if he needs it. I think he heard a step. He might take a peek here, and there's a good rail. Potential for another good rocket here as he moonwalks his way onto the heavy, and this is an opportunity. Lethal through the telly.
Oh,
and no, RAISY with the flick! What in the hell was that?
Oh, do you know what? I was prepared to say psygib's got this one with a nice little lead to start things off, but as if RAISY 180'd and flicked him and predicted that he was actually going to come behind him as well. But then again, who else wouldn't, aggressively ghost walk and chase that? I think 9 times out of 10 most people would, but I think 1 out of 10 we would assume it would have 180 flicked that rail. Unbelievable stuff here from RAISY, and it's a nice little way to start this map off as well, as psygib's gonna not be too pleased about that, but also in the back of his mind he's gonna be thinking to himself, what do I have to do to kill this guy?
I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. What a way to open this game. RAISY with the flick frag on psygib. Had him dead to rights. Just couldn't finish it. And that's just the RAISY factor. It doesn't matter if you think you have him dead to rights. It's not over till it's over, according to the serial killer in the arena. There's the Dire Orb, there's the rocket. Forces out the Ghost Walk as he casually falls back onto that heavy. RAISY, you can tell, trying to assert dominance here. Does take a rail, but again, has an armor shard to work with to apply more pressure. Nice little jump there, but good read from psygib to cut off with the rockets. But wow, what a first frag. Absolutely incredible from RAISY.
And it's reading RAISY's emotions as well. Like, if anyone hit that shot, most people would be highly, in terms of momentum and morale, they'll be on a high, a huge high, if anything. And he's just gone back to normal, just calm and collected, just choosing how and when to approach certain situations, and it's very interesting to see. You don't really see many players like that. Nice little second frag to add to the tally here for RAISY, just eats up that light. Mega's up in the next 7 seconds. And now we're going to find out exactly how psygib is going to approach this. Hasn't got any armor to his name as of yet. RAISY has plenty. It's just a matter of how he's going to go about this. But 4 minutes in play, only 2 frags. So you're right though here, Paul. He's looking a lot better as psygib does get away, and he's going to try and at least recuperate from his losses. And saying that though, RAISY's taking a lot of damage, and the Mega's still not going to be up for a while.
29 HP. psygib needs to try and get this one, and he does. Good swap over to the LG to be able to take that one and put himself on the board. If RAISY would have gotten out of that one, I would have said that this is already just a bad time.
Check-ins.
Yeah, psygib able to keep it close, down by 1. There's the Dire Orb. Is he going to go all in on this one? No, it's going to be a distraction, and none of the rockets will land. No damage for RAISY. Very unfortunate there. And on the flip side of the coin, very fortunate for psygib is look at that stack, Lethal. That is a thick Nyx right now. On the hunt as the Dire Orb is down as well for RAISY. So big opportunity here. There's the LG, and there's a rocket for your trouble, and a rail trying to get through the doorway, and now it's turned on its head.
Oh, that was not what psygib was hoping for, and I don't think he expected him to repeat with that rail either. Such a crucial rail as well. Just halfway to the second map. psygib, though, still has the stack advantage here. Mega's not going to be out for a while, so he can easily just push on forwards and try to clear it with the LG. Oh, RAISY just manages to get away. The only problem is, though, is he going to even bother to contest it? No, he will not. And I like that from psygib, just still holding top mid, even though Mega is up, just to see if he can catch RAISY. Oh, good rail as well. And he's actually using that ghost wall. Is he even going to try? Oh, he barely missed that, and he may have been able to get that second frag to his name. Not going to happen, though. 4 minutes left here for you.
Both shots from players Rocket and Rail almost connecting. And this is a very, very close game. Less than 4 minutes here. psygib doing a very good job of keeping this close. Only trailing by 1. Prime position to try and take this into a sudden death, or perhaps take the lead before the time hits 10. But he's got to start getting some more item control here. And this next heavy might be big. It needs to be careful. Is he going to drop on this? From this position, RAISY is just so strong. We've seen so many players floated by that LG, and instead he takes the fight to him. There's a Ghost Walk, 24 HP for RAISY, and now RAISY in a bad way here. 49 after the pickup, but can psygib find the damage? He finds the items he wants. 98. Oh no, the rails from RAISY! Why? Lethal, please.
What an angle to hit him from as well. psygib was assuming he was going to get him from the jump pad, which he was not. Still, the heavy's up next couple of seconds. RAISY just making sure that psygib has no way of coming back in this matchup at all in the slightest. As the rockets come from psygib, didn't really do enough damage to turn the tide. Mega's up the next couple of seconds. It's in that choke point. No, could be trouble here. Using that ghost walk to try and get away. And using the orb as well, tries to catch it. Makes a fantastic read, but doesn't get that full frag. But still, though, psygib, sorry, does have a couple minutes left on the clock to try and win this back. It's keeping control of the hourglasses really well. Is to continue that chip damage also. And see if it does get those 2 frags to tie things up and maybe even takes the sudden death.
There's still a chance. RAISY looking to close this one out early here and just add to the body count. Ghost Walk comes out. RAISY just using that passive brilliantly from Ranger to close the gap between items, and also while in hot pursuit, able to deny the armor shards as well. As we take a look at the stats, 21 armor shards to 13 for psygib. Majors are pretty close too, except for the heavy. That's firmly in RAISY's favor, and look at that. What a play. Just catches psygib completely off guard right behind him. 11 heavies for RAISY, 4 for psygib. He is pushing with the LG, but the shotgun's going to plant him there, 5-1. And now this one's kind of torn open. That rail will miss. Opportunity for psygib. Nope. The pursuit just gives him too much to deter from a fight. And oh no, there. Okay. Oh. You saw it. You saw it. This is it. Last minute and a half. It's gauntlet time, baby.
He was definitely considering it, but of course that last rocket put a stop to that, or a hold to it rather, depending on what happens in the next map as well as the end of this one. But yeah, this is looking very bleak. 5 frags, not going to happen. He has to do something now, or it's just going to be a 2-0 here. Picks up the Mega. RAISY's not going to expect it from behind, but then again, it doesn't really matter. And you've got to remember the starting stack of psygib. It's going to make matters worse. Sorry, for RAISY, it's going to make matters worse for psygib, considering the circumstances here. Heavy still up, no, delayed it a bit. Not like it matters. RAISY's got a huge stack to close this one out, which does mean it is going to be a 2-0 in favour of RAISY here, looking to try and go for the third on the final map in a short while. But yeah, psygib played a bit better, don't get me wrong. I think at the start, especially the first 5 minutes, he played extremely well from a methodical standpoint. But yeah, I kind of feel like that 180 flick for the telly for the first frag just made psygib think, like, for Christ's sake, what more needs to be done?
What do I have to do to murder this man in the arena? That's definitely going in the highlight reel. You can count on that here as the time ticks away. 10 seconds left. This one's going to be 9-1. psygib calling the GG. He wants out of there. Take me to map number 3 and get me out. Ruins is going to be map number 3. Do we count that? Does that technically count? I feel like we might see another gauntlet on map number 3 that's more stylish, let's put it that way, from RAISY. But that is the end of map number 2. RAISY takes that one firmly. Well played to psygib. I mean, better than the first map, but a lot of performances would be better than the first. But that just goes to show how good RAISY is on Corrupted Keep. Taking Awoken as well. I mean, the series is his. Now he's just working on a 3-0 lethal.
Yeah, I just missed it as well. I was looking at the item control and everything. I think like RAISY had like, I don't know, like 24, 25, and like psygib had something like 11. But psygib did have 500 more damage. He did have more map presence. He was able to do really well during the first 6 or 7 minutes. But then that was it. It was game over. RAISY just rolled all over him. But it's like that for a lot of opponents, isn't it? You're down by 5 or 6 frags. You have to just be overly aggressive and make some, you know, silly errors in order to try and get away with a few frags, just to try and claw the way back and tie things up. It happens. It happens to, you know, all these players. So it's not like he was playing stupid. It was just the fact that he had absolutely no choice. But goes a fair map though. It's like I said, psygib has had a lot of 2-1s. I don't know if he can maybe get at least one frag to his name to help himself seeding wise leading into Quake Con. You can see there 39% rail on the Nyx, not too shabby there, 1081 damage. But it's like I said though, psygib, there's a little bit of life in him. He's had 500 more damage, he's got more map presence, so we'll see what he can do on this next map. I believe it's on Ruins?
Yes, we're going to Ruins. We're getting super thick. We got RAISY on the Sorlag, and we got psygib on the Scale Bearer, so perhaps the Intergalactic Warlord has a little something in store. I believe, all right, I believe. It's not just the NA bias, it's not just the America's bias, Lethal, I believe, all right? psygib's out there fighting for his life against a legitimate arena serial killer. RAISY just on a tear as we take a look at the map scores. Whew. Don't get me wrong, psygib has his work cut out for him 100%, but you know, that bull rush. We've seen wonky things. DJ Wheat's in the booth over there in the green room, rolling his eyes, vomiting violently at the pick, but that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah, I think with the Scale, okay, it's not the best of maps for Scale, but it can be used to a certain degree, you know, to snag those items, to be, you know, if you're in a close range fight, then of course, yeah, use that combat skills to use that bull rush and finish with a shiny or the rockets or whatever you want to do. Whatever weapon selection you have at the time, it's all fantastic. Of course, it would be better on Veil, but, you know, we're going to win, so it's fine. But this is where I said on the last map that it should have a little bit of life in terms of psygib with the Nyx because it's going to suit his style of play and what he's going to bring to the table. But this time round, he's got the Scale against Sorlag for a bit of mobility. So that does mean that he can't afford to lose the lead right at the very beginning. He needs to play slow and conservative as much as possible and to be a nuisance with the contestation of these items. He's contested them sometimes, but even with a stack, he's not contested them enough for my liking. But this time around, he does have the Scale. He can just snag it as he sees fit, even if it's at T-Junction or at Rockets. There's no reason why he cannot, which is what RAISY is going to be particularly keeping an eye on here.
I think regardless of what happens, we're going to see a gauntlet. I just feel it. RAISY's already taken the set 2-0. He's on that Sorlag. She's thick, but she's sneaky. I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like it's going to happen. Taking a quick peek at the predictions, even though it hurts my heart, 95% in favor of RAISY. How dare you? But it's going to be settled here in 10 minutes as we get into map number 3 between RAISY and psygib. RAISY already taking the set. psygib just fighting for some money. A little bit of pocket change, Lethal. So we're starting off on psygib, and again, he has that Scale Bearer. He's got almost everything he needs for a fight, just waiting on rockets here. Rail not connecting off the bat. There's the second one. Returned nicely from RAISY. Bull rush in hand. If he wants to drop, needs to be careful. There's the spit. There's the jump pad play. There's a lot of LG.
Oh, not too shabby of a start here. The only problem is, though, you know he's got a stack advantage. He's pinned in the courtyard, so he can't afford to take any chip damage, which he hasn't done, which is a good thing. It's just a matter of how RAISY's going to go back. That's what route he's going to take. Looks like he's going to go up the heavy jump pad and back around again. But for psygib, he's just going to back away once more. Heavy's going to be up next in the next 15 seconds. And the question will be, is psygib actually going to challenge for this heavy at some point if he does have the stack advantage going into it? could use the LG, but the spit has been very effective for him, and the rail, which means for RAISY, it's going to be the first frag for him from the acid spit. Just misses him, but instead, using that bull rush just to play it safe to go for the heavy. But RAISY's like, that's fine, you can waste your bull rush. I'm just going to stand up top and pick up the mega.
Oh my god, I'm so glad that psygib didn't make that jump, because if he made that jump, he might have eaten a rocket directly to the mouth face. RAISY taking the lead at 1, letting the spit do the work for him. And he just looks so comfortable. I mean, he always does, right? If you look at his webcam, it's just, you can't even tell he's playing a video game. But that's what makes him so scary. Yeah, oh, dude, 2 rails in a row, psygib. Reeling after that, does grab the heavy, needs to be careful how he paths, and RAISY just able to move around the map so fluidly. No problem. Look at that, even a little backwards, just a little style. Why not? Oh no, psygib gets caught out. There's some more spit. There's the bull rush just to try and get away, but he's going to eat so much damage. There's a rail, and he's still ticking away lethal. Not like this. Not again.
Oh no, he's just playing him into the health bubble.
Barely.
And he knows it. He knows it. He knew that if he went to the health bubble, he would have been stuffed. He would have been absolutely
Playing Counter-Strike, just shot right in the chest. My god.
I was literally going to say, is this CS or literally Rainbow Six was waiting behind that? But like, who else is he going to get? psygib knew he was down and out there. 100%. But for RAISY, though, he's just living his life at the moment, I think, here for RAISY. Just living his life at the moment. Just, but one thing I do, actually, you know, you were talking about his reaction to some of his shots. I want to watch back that first flag on the second map and see how he reacted to that, because he probably was, no, my luck, he probably was still calm and collected and wasn't jumping out of his chair, I'm sure. psygib has the starting stack, but just trying to get away.
I would bet my entire fortune that he was just stone cold killer even after that amazing frag that we saw. Like, that's just the way RAISY is. He's so hyper focused on the task at hand. You rarely see emotion. When you do, something is usually off, as he has the firm 3 frag lead here, 3 minutes in. Controlling the map well. psygib trying to chain together some rails, make something happen. Those 2 open up the map for him now. RAISY trying to fend him off, trying to get that spit. I think he may have gotten a little bit off just for some tick damage. And now he could track him as well. And he turns nothing into an amazing frag off the spawn, just based off the spit and the tracking. psygib not respecting it and just getting planted immediately. And that's so disheartening, Lethal.
Oh, he had 2 choices. They need to go towards the health bubble and stop, obviously, the bleeding. But the problem is, he knew that if he went back for it, RAISY's got an angle with the rail, hasn't he? So it's like, yeah, just a little bit unfortunate. It's RAISY now, just biding his time here, waiting for psygib to be far enough away in order. Oh, we're going to heavy anyway, but he was trying to delay it so that he can mess up the timings. But psygib does take advantage of that here. Got that light in the courtyard, and he read him like a book straight away. 5-2 now, 3 frag deficit. Favour RAISY. Mega is up in the next 5 seconds, but of course, in terms of weapon selection, RAISY's got a huge advantage with that LG. And psygib knew it here. There was no way he could have fought off that by any means. Does get the mega. Now he's going to try and rotate all the way around here. Nice little stuff here from RAISY. Up 6-2 now. With a nice little spawn rail.
Nice little dance from psygib. There's the bull rush just to get away. He just wants to try and create some space. And now he doubles back with a shotgun, and RAISY caught off guard. So psygib putting up some frags, doing a little dance, potentially making some love, and he does with the shaft right there. Grabs another one. He is weak, but the mega should be up. But he can't make it. He does just in time. Can he melt him again? And psygib stringing together some frags, making this interesting, only trailing by 1.
Yeah, still needs to recover though, but this would be a good time for it. It would have been a good time for a gauntlet actually for RAISY, but decides to prioritise the machine gun. Obviously, it's not really gauntlet time as of yet. He hasn't really got the lead, and psygib still cleans him up with the starting shotgun. Yeah, this is becoming a little bit chaotic. A bit of a slugfest here. Both of them just charging into each other. Comes out with the ball. What? RAISY's going to come out on top. Yeah, mate, I don't know. I don't know.
What? Phantom pellets in the shotgun. Somebody check him PC or something, whatever the kids are saying. I don't know what just happened, but I do know that psygib is down by 2, but he's making this interesting for sure, Lethal.
Absolutely. At least psygib is keeping this close. Look at the stack he has at the moment. Oh, this is the perfect time to use it if he can try and pin RAISY down, but with that spit down, it's not really going to help him too much as the bull rush just misses. Oh, look at the amount of damage he's doing at the moment, even with the rocket, and even though the bull rush can tank a fair amount of damage, it's not going to do a huge amount there, and psygib with the starting shotgun once again cleans it up and keeps that 2 frag deficit, trying to keep this as competitive as possible. But psygib's going to get taken down here. Could have been a gauntlet moment, but once again, RAISY just trying to play this safe.
Yeah, this isn't a blowout by any means, so RAISY does have to be careful how he plays it. I mean, RAISY's going to RAISY at the end of the day, but a little bit of restraint, not going for the gauntlet quite yet. Doesn't have it sealed up the way he'd like. There's the spit to do a little bit of zoning here. psygib will make his way down to the heavy a little bit early. RAISY actually doubles back, doesn't fall down. Now RAISY should have free reign over this heavy. psygib waiting at the jump pad. But the amount of spit damage and frags that RAISY... Oh my god, what a play! The rocket, 100 damage! And Ole, the bull rush, does not land, and RAISY is just so good. It is such a joy to watch, and now this is it. Yes. This is it, he did it! Hunting his prey, staring him in the eye, saying, you're gonna get gauntleted by me. There's my stamp of approval. Thanks for coming.
You know what's funny as well? There was actually 2 other opportunities he could have easily done that instead of using the machine gun, but finally he's managed to do it. Starting, do you know what? I swear, like, he's had more kills as a starting shotgun this game than he has done with anything else so far. He's still bailing on in. He hits him with the first rail. Misses the second, but he's done enough damage here to at least circulate the weaponry. Heavy's up in the next 10, but he still, still has a chance. I'm not going to say he's got no chance after the spy situation, but 5 frag deficit, we'll have to see.
We've seen crazy comebacks happen before, but on a map this big, I'm not so sure, Lethal. As there's the preemptive spit through the telly. It's going to give him all the tracking that he needs. Good rail there as well from RAISY. Nice rocket jump up, but the LG will push him away, and psygib able to bully his way onto that mega. A little bit of a stare down, all right. I like it.
Give it to evils.
40 now.
A little bit of evils. So 71 HP now. psygib is in a very peculiar situation. He's going to be very weak, looking to try and at least recover, but at some stage he's going to have to play this over aggressively, and sadly for him, take chances which he knew he probably couldn't take in the past, but he's going to have to take these risks. I've got a minute 10 left remaining as RAISY just dancing around that mega just waiting for it to come up. And I haven't really got any rockets to his name either. Yeah, psygib's pretty much done here at this point. 4 frags, 1 minute left. And yeah, it's just a matter of time really. So RAISY will probably take this 3-0. And don't get me wrong, like psygib did a great job, like just keep this as competitive as possible and just doing what he can to try and keep the score close. But now it's just clutch at straws here. psygib trying to stay alive. RAISY's still got such a huge stack. I think he's worried about the next gauntlet coming out. He's even baiting him.
And this is just the CSGO roots from RAISY right now, just holding angles, waiting, round the corner. He decides to use the shotgun this time. Personally, I was thinking gauntlet, but that's all right. psygib able to grab the heavy, but now he's just trying to add a little bit more to the body count, but he's not going to be able to take this one. There's just not enough time, Lethal. So RAISY wraps this one. Okay, all right. It's really scary. It was really scary for a second there.
psygib with the best starting shotgun, like, no better duos in this map, surely, from what we've seen over the last 10 minutes. But yeah, you're right, though. All done and dusted. It's going to be a RAISY 3-0, as we predicted. As psygib did keep that last map a little bit competitive, but just knew that he was done over the last couple of minutes. Some interesting plays as well, especially that re-peak from Courtyard when RAISY had the machine gun. That was just absolute madness. And the control was also very similar, so to speak. But look at 68% rail, I just noticed there from RAISY. Not too shabby at all.
Yeah, just solid play from RAISY. I mean, that first map is just kind of how CK can go. I know the scoreline was absolutely absurd, but you get in this loop, you can't really do anything, you get stuck, and then the score gets blown out of proportion. So that's kind of what that was. I think the second and third map were more indicative of what psygib's capable of in terms of keeping it close, even against someone like RAISY. He did his best, but at the end of the day, RAISY doing the RAISY show. And especially on map number 3, just getting so many spit kills. You know, whoever said spitters are quitters is a damn liar, because Sorlag is just so good in this game. And then, yeah, we saw a little bit of Counter-Strike come out as well, Lethal.
Yeah, we had a mix of everything, I think. Not just this map, but just this whole series alone. It's been weird, but you know what? I think a lot of us are weird. Let's be honest here. I'm a bit weird, you're weird, and so we've seen a bit of a weird third map.
Definitely weird.
So. Oh, yeah.
Putting it nicely for me, sure.
There's no debate. No debate at all, as you can see. 6% rail, 2100 damage, and he had a lot of damage in the LG as well. A lot more map presence. We all knew it was going to be a 3-0, and a 3-0 came into fruition. At least he kept the last map, and the second map a little bit close on what we've seen there. But just another day for RAISY. He's going to go higher up on leaderboard, still currently third, and he'll probably stay there, considering a few other players underneath him are, obviously not playing today. So, yeah, he's going to keep that third spot for now.
Yep, as we take a look at the recap from the set. Again, scoreline's not as bad on map 2 and 3. If you look at map number 1, you're going to say, oh my god, was psygib in the server? It was brutal. It was brutal. But again, that's kind of how CK rolls, especially at this level. Being able to frag in the center of the map and just run the spawns into the red room, as well as rockets, can be absolutely brutal. But again, RAISY taking it 3-0, showing the world that, again, for another week at least, Corrupted Keep is RAISY's keep. So that's 2 done and dusted, Lethal. We got 2 more on the way. That means Papa Wheat's going to come in here and try and wrangle us and get our shit together, so to speak, because God knows I don't have mine. But we're going to take a quick break first. We'll be right back with the featured matches of the week.